Ever wonder how we got to a world where like ordering anything online and having it at your doorstep in 2 days is just normal?
Yeah, it's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it. I mean, we're living in the information age, and today we're going to go deep on the individuals who helped build it.
Exactly. We're diving into WatchMojo's list of the top 10 tech business moguls. But we're not just reading the rankings. We're digging into their stories and how they've shaped the very technology we use every single day.
Yeah, it's about going beyond the names
Uh,
and understanding the impact they've had, not just on the tech world, but on our culture and everyday lives.
okay, so kicking off this list at number 10 is Michael Dell. Now, everyone knows the started in his dorm room story.
Right, but what's often overlooked is that Dell entered a market that was already considered saturated.
Yeah.
IBM Compaq, these were the giants.
So how did he manage to build Dell into a multi-billion-dollar company
Hmm.
in that environment?
Two things stand out: laser focus on customer needs and an almost unprecedented level of adaptability. While competitors were pushing pre-configured models, Dell allowed customers to customize their PCs.
So basically, giving people exactly what they wanted when they wanted it.
Exactly. It seems obvious now,
Yeah.
but at the time, it was a radical departure from the industry norm, and that adaptability allowed Dell to weather economic downturns and technological shifts that left others scrambling.
Fascinating. Okay, moving on to number 9. We have the man who probably owes a few apologies. 2 video rental stores everywhere. Reed Hastings and Netflix.
Ah, yes, the king of disruption. Hastings took something as simple as renting movies and completely reimagined it, not once, but twice.
First with the whole DVDs by mail thing, which seemed kind of crazy at the time.
Right, because Blockbuster was so dominant. But Hastings saw the opportunity in convenience and selection. And then, when everyone thought Netflix had peaked, bam, streaming.
Which, let's face it, changed how we consume all kinds of content, not just movies.
Absolutely. Hastings was willing to cannibalize his own successful business model to stay ahead of the curve. That's a powerful lesson in itself.
Next up at number 8, we have someone whose work is literally inside almost every electronic device you own. Andy Grove.
Grove's role at Intel during the rise of the microchip was pivotal. To understand his impact, you have to grasp what a microchip actually is. It's essentially a tiny piece of silicon packed with millions, even billions, of transistors.
Transistors, those are like little electronic switches. Right?
Exactly, and they're the building blocks of modern computing. Grove pushed Intel to constantly innovate and improve microchip technology, making them smaller, faster, and more affordable.
So basically, he helped create the foundation for the personal computer revolution and everything that followed.
Precisely. Time magazine even named him Man of the Year in 1997, recognizing his contributions to the digital age.
Okay, coming in at number 7 is a name everyone knows. But the story behind the name is pretty remarkable. Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook.
Facebook's trajectory from a college dorm room project to a global platform with billions of users is mind-boggling. What's interesting is that the core concept wasn't necessarily groundbreaking.
Social networking already existed, so what made Facebook different?
Zuckerberg's genius was in the execution. He understood the power of simplicity and user experience. Facebook was easy to use, visually appealing, and it tapped into our innate desire for connection.
And it spread like wildfire, first on college campuses, then across the globe.
It became the digital town square, a place to share news, connect with friends and family, and even spark social movements.
Now at number 6, we have someone who seems to defy all expectations, Elon Musk. He's not just a tech mogul, he's an engineer, an entrepreneur, and a bit of a visionary, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Musk's combination of ambition and technical expertise is truly remarkable. He holds degrees in economics and physics, which gives him a unique perspective.
Yeah, it's not every day you see someone going from co-founding PayPal to launching rockets into space.
Right. With SpaceX, Musk's goal wasn't just to participate in space exploration. He wanted to revolutionize it, make it more accessible and sustainable. And with Tesla, he's pushing the boundaries of electric vehicle technology.
With so many ventures going on at once, do you think he's spreading himself too thin?
That's a question many people ask. But his track record suggests he thrives on pushing boundaries and tackling multiple challenges simultaneously.
All right, coming in at number 5, we have the duo that changed how we access information. Larry Page and Sergey Brin, the brains behind Google.
Their story is a perfect example of how academic research can translate into real-world impact. They were PhD students at Stanford when they developed the PageRank algorithm.
Which, in simple terms, revolutionized search results.
Exactly. Before PageRank, Search engines relied on keyword matching, which often led to irrelevant results. PageRank analyzed the relationships between web pages, prioritizing those with more inbound links from reputable sources.
So basically, it made search results more relevant and reliable.
Precisely. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. They built an incredible company culture at Google, focused on innovation collaboration, and of course those legendary perks.
It's become more than just a company. It's practically a verb. You don't search the internet. You Google it. That's impact. Now, number 4 might surprise some folks. Larry Ellison and Oracle Corporation.
While Oracle might not be as widely known as Google or Facebook, it's a powerhouse in the world of business software. Ellison built a company that provides the backbone for countless businesses around the world.
What's interesting about Ellison is that he's known for his strong personality and aggressive business tactics.
He's a bit of a maverick for sure, but his relentless focus on innovation and his ability to anticipate market trends propelled Oracle to become the second most profitable software company in the world, right behind Microsoft.
So in a way, he's shaping the business world behind the scenes.
Absolutely, and that's a testament to the diverse ways these tech moguls have impacted our lives. Some are household names, others are less visible, but their influence is undeniable.
Okay, we're getting to the top 3 now, and things are definitely heating up. Coming in at number 3 is someone who has fundamentally changed how we shop. Jeff Bezos and the Amazon empire.
Bezos' vision wasn't simply to create an online bookstore. He wanted to build the everything store, a place where you could find anything and everything you could ever want.
And he succeeded. Amazon has become this sprawling marketplace, offering everything from books and electronics to groceries and cloud computing services.
But what's truly remarkable is how Bezos revolutionized e-commerce logistics. Think about it. 2-day shipping used to be unheard of.
Now we expect it. It's like he's bent the laws of time and space.
Yeah. He certainly invested heavily in building a sophisticated network of warehouses, delivery systems, and algorithms that optimize every step of the process.
It's mind-boggling how he managed to create such a complex and efficient system.
And he's not done yet. Amazon is constantly innovating, experimenting with drone deliveries, cashierless stores, and even venturing into healthcare.
This guy never sleeps. All right, holding steady at number 2 is the man who made personal computers mainstream, Bill Gates and the iconic Microsoft story.
Gates' partnership with IBM was a masterstroke. By licensing the MS-DOS operating system to IBM, Microsoft essentially became the default software for a generation of personal computers.
It's crazy to think about how much technology has advanced since those early days.
Gates' drive and vision were instrumental in that advancement. He saw the potential of personal computing long before most people and relentlessly pushed Microsoft to innovate and stay ahead of the curve.
And even though he stepped down as CEO, he's still actively involved in shaping Microsoft's future.
Right, and let's not forget his philanthropic work. Through the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, he's using his wealth and influence to tackle some of the world's most pressing problems.
All right, drum roll, please. Claiming the number 1 spot, as many would expect, is the one and only Steve Jobs.
Jobs' legacy is complex and multifaceted. He was a brilliant innovator, a demanding perfectionist, and a master marketer who understood the power of storytelling.
He co-founded Apple with Steve Wozniak, and together they launched the personal computer revolution with the Apple II.
But Jobs wasn't content with just making computers. He wanted to create beautiful, intuitive devices that seamlessly integrated into people's lives.
And that led to the iPod, the iPhone, the iPad, products that revolutionized entire industries.
His think different philosophy permeated everything Apple did. He challenged conventional thinking, pushed boundaries, and wasn't afraid to take risks.
And even though he's no longer with us, his impact on technology and design continues to inspire and influence to this day.
Absolutely. Jobs' legacy is a reminder that true innovation requires not just technical brilliance, but also a deep understanding of human needs and desires.
So from dorm room startups to global tech empires, this list is a testament to the power of bold ideas, relentless drive, and a willingness to disrupt the status quo.
It's inspiring, isn't it? These individuals took their passions and turned them into world-changing innovations.
It really makes you wonder what the next chapter in this story will be.
Well, that's what we're going to explore. In the next part of our deep dive, we'll be looking at some of the honorable mentions. On WatchMojo's list, individuals who just missed the top 10, but still had a significant impact on the tech landscape.
Stay tuned. All right, so we've covered the top 10 tech moguls according to WatchMojo, but there are some fascinating folks who just missed that list.
The honorable mentions, right? They're a reminder that the tech world
Yeah.
is full of incredible individuals making waves.
Absolutely. So who are we diving into first?
Well, let's start with Masayoshi Son, the founder and CEO of SoftBank.
SoftBank. That name rings a bell. They're a huge investment firm, right?
Exactly. Son has this incredible knack for spotting promising tech companies early on. He was an early investor in Yahoo back in the 90s.
Whoa, really? That's going way back.
Yeah, but his most famous bet was on Alibaba. He invested $20 million in the then-fledgling Chinese e-commerce company in 2000.
Okay, that's some serious foresight. Alibaba's a giant now.
A giant is an understatement. That $20 million investment is now worth hundreds of billions of dollars. Son has been called the most powerful person in Silicon Valley because of his ability to make these bold, often contrarian bets on emerging technologies.
So he's not just a tech mogul. He's a kingmaker in a way.
That's a great way to put it. Speaking of Alibaba, let's talk about Jack Ma, the founder and former executive chairman of the company.
I've heard Ma's story is pretty inspiring. He came from humble beginnings, right?
Absolutely. He was an English teacher who had no prior experience in technology or business. He actually got rejected from several jobs, including KFC, before starting Alibaba.
Wow. That's a far cry from leading a multi-billion-dollar e-commerce empire.
Right. But what's fascinating is that Ma saw the potential of the internet to connect businesses and consumers in China at a time when most people were skeptical.
So he wasn't just building a company, he was pioneering e-commerce in a completely different market context.
Exactly. China's internet landscape is vastly different from the U.S. Ma had to navigate complex regulations, build trust in a nascent online market, and create a platform that catered to the unique needs of Chinese consumers.
So it's not just a simple case of copying Amazon's playbook. Ma had to innovate and adapt to a completely different set of circumstances.
Precisely. And he succeeded spectacularly. Alibaba's success is a testament to Ma's vision, resilience, and deep understanding of the Chinese market.
All right, next on our list of honorable mentions is someone who's probably helped a lot of us get jobs, Reid Hoffman, the co-founder of LinkedIn.
Ah, yes. The social network for professionals. Love it or hate it. LinkedIn has become an indispensable tool for networking and career advancement.
I think most of us have a love-hate relationship with it, but there's no denying its impact.
Absolutely. Hoffman saw the potential of connecting professionals online. Long before social media became mainstream, he understood the value of building a platform where people could showcase their skills, connect with potential employers, and share industry insights.
It's become the digital resume, hasn't it?
In many ways, yes. And what's interesting about Hoffman is that he's not just a tech entrepreneur. He's also a prolific investor and author.
Oh, right. He's written a couple of books on startups and entrepreneurship.
Exactly. He's a thought leader in Silicon Valley, sharing his insights and mentoring the next generation of tech innovators.
From connecting professionals to guiding startups, Hoffman's influence extends far beyond LinkedIn.
All right, next up we have Mark Andreessen, a true pioneer of the early internet.
Andreessen, that name sounds familiar. What's his claim to fame?
Well, he co-authored Mosaic, one of the first widely used web browsers, back in the 90s.
Oh, Mosaic. That takes me back. It was so basic compared to what we have now, but it was groundbreaking at the time.
It absolutely was. Mosaic made the internet accessible to everyday users. It was graphical, user-friendly, and it opened up a whole new world of possibilities.
So he played a key role in popularizing the internet.
He did, and then he co-founded Netscape Communications Corporation, which developed the Netscape Navigator browser.
Ah, Netscape. That was my go-to browser for years.
It was hugely popular until Microsoft's Internet Explorer came along. But Andreessen's impact on the internet is undeniable. He saw the potential of the web early on and played a pivotal role in shaping its development.
What's he up to these days?
He's a highly successful venture capitalist, co-founding Andreessen Horowitz, a firm that's backed some of the biggest names in tech.
Like who?
Oh, just companies like Facebook, Twitter, Airbnb, and Skype, to name a few.
Wow, he's got a knack for picking winners.
He certainly does. He has a deep understanding of the tech industry and a keen eye for identifying promising startups.
Okay, last but not least on our list of honorable mentions is Jack Dorsey.
Dorsey's best known for co-founding Twitter, the social media platform. That's become synonymous with real-time updates, public discourse, and hold-on, bit of chaos.
Yeah, Twitter can be a wild ride, but that's also a powerful tool for communication and information sharing.
Absolutely. Dorsey's vision was to create a platform where people could share short, concise messages with the world.
And it took off like a rocket. Suddenly everyone from celebrities to politicians to everyday folks were tweeting their thoughts and opinions.
It became a global phenomenon, connecting people across continents and giving voice to those who might not have had a platform otherwise.
But Twitter's also been at the center of some pretty heated controversies, hasn't it?
It has. The platform has struggled with issues like harassment, misinformation, and the spread of hate speech. Dorsey and Twitter have faced criticism for their handling of these challenges.
It's a tough balancing act, trying to foster free speech while also protecting users from harm.
It is, and it's something that social media platforms are still grappling with today.
So even the honorable mentions on this list have had a profound impact on the tech landscape, both positive and negative.
They have, and their stories highlight the complexities and challenges of building and managing technology in an ever-evolving world.
It's not just about coding and algorithms, it's about understanding human behavior, navigating ethical dilemmas, and constantly adapting to new realities.
Well said, and I think that's a great segue into the final part of our deep dive, where we'll explore some of the broader themes and takeaways from these incredible journeys.
Sounds good to me. So we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive, from the top 10 tech moguls to those who just missed the list.
Yeah, it's been a whirlwind tour of innovation, disruption, and the sheer force of personality that drives these individuals.
And WatchMojo wrapped up their list with a question that really stuck with me. What seemingly out there idea today could become the next tech giant?
It's a question worth pondering, isn't it? I mean, the things we take for granted now, smartphones, social media, e-commerce, were once considered fringe ideas.
It makes you realize that the future of tech is being shaped right now, probably in some garage or dorm room as we speak.
Exactly. So thinking about those crazy ideas that become reality, what are you most excited about right now? Is it the potential of AI to personalize medicine? Or maybe those private space ventures that could make space travel accessible?
Personally, I'm fascinated by the potential of biotechnology to solve some of the world's biggest challenges, like food security and climate change.
Those are certainly areas ripe for disruption. And that's what's so exciting about the tech world. It's constantly evolving, pushing boundaries, and finding new ways to improve our lives.
But it's not just about the technology itself, is it? It's about the people behind it, the visionaries who see the potential and dare to dream big.
Absolutely. Looking back at the moguls we've discussed, a few key traits stand out. First, they're relentless problem solvers. They see a need or an inefficiency, and they're driven to find a solution.
They're also incredibly adaptable. The tech landscape is constantly shifting, and these individuals have shown an amazing ability to pivot and evolve with the times.
And let's not forget their willingness to take risks. Starting any business is risky, but in the tech world where things move so fast, the stakes are even higher.
But they're not just reckless gamblers. They're calculated risk takers, willing to bet on themselves and their vision.
Right. They have this unwavering belief in their ideas, even when others doubt them. And that brings us to another crucial element, collaboration.
None of these moguls achieved success in isolation. They built teams, fostered partnerships, and surrounded themselves with talented individuals.
It's about recognizing that you don't have all the answers and being willing to seek out diverse perspectives and expertise.
So what can we as listeners take away from these incredible journeys? What lessons can we apply to our own lives, even if we're not aspiring tech moguls?
Well, first and foremost, I think it's about embracing a growth mindset. The tech world is all about continuous learning, experimentation, and iteration.
It's about being curious, staying informed, and never being afraid to ask questions.
Exactly. And don't underestimate the power of networking and building relationships. Connecting with others in your field can open up opportunities, spark new ideas, and provide valuable support.
It's about creating a community of like-minded individuals who can challenge and inspire you.
And finally, I think it's crucial to remember that failure is an inevitable part of the journey. Every single mogul we've discussed faced setbacks and challenges along the way.
But they didn't let those setbacks define them. They learned from their mistakes, adapted their approach, and kept pushing forward.
It's about resilience, perseverance, and the belief that you can overcome any obstacle with enough determination and ingenuity.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with a thought. What's your crazy idea? What problem are you passionate about solving? What change do you want to see in the world?
Don't be afraid to dream big, to challenge the status quo, and to believe in the power of your own ideas. The next generation of tech titans is out there, and it might just include you.
That's it for our deep dive into the world of tech titans. Thanks for joining us.